tell it's cold. Roof's dripping as well with the moisture that we're driving out of this maze. Morgan's emptying that bay out because everything just gets dumped in it because it's too slow for most things. Going to take the drills off so we can get the tractors ready. It's going to go and put a Christmas tree up later on. I've got to shoot to Rainhill and meet someone up there. Rob and Dave are essentially doing some double chip. As soon as they've done that, then we're going to move the chipper forwards and start chipping some of the pile. Keep that low so we've got plenty of room for the tractor run. Just see how cold it is, can't you, by the amount of condensation coming off everything. We're in the pile. In fact, if we go over now, see the floor steaming. Concrete steaming. Even the bucket's steaming because it's warm. Look at that frost and that heated windows are amazing. I don't know what's going on with the radio, but it's got like loads of interference. I think it's the frost. I'm up at Rainhill and different soil up here, a little bit sandier. And I'm pleased with how well it looks, to be honest. Yeah, you can see where the spray has been there. It's obviously not like that because it's just not grown. It don't matter anyway because that's going to be a tram line. Over here you can see where the GPS just merges a little bit there because we're on I think we're on the free signal still actually, but it looks pretty decent. I'm pleased with this up here. Just got the timing right compared to some of the other fields where we've drilled and then it comes so wet afterwards. Nice though. It's cold but the sun's really warm. This field here is a bit different where it's wet along the tram line. A bit patchy. We'll go and have a look at this one now. This one was particularly wet when we sown it. And you can see that line there, that's where they put a pipeline through a few years ago. And the land's not really ever recovered. Hopefully it'll look different in the spring, get some early fert on it. Walk into it's not so bad when you look up the rows. Bit of slug pressure on this one as well last time. Yeah, I've been at Rainhill showing an insurance survey around. He's been measuring all the different buildings and stuff to the insurance company. So go back now. Then got to put a Christmas tree up for the community centre up the road. They've got a Christmas tree that's too big for them to put up. I think it's the same story last year as well. So we'll go and sort that now. Let's have a look what this wheat looks like. Yeah, that looks not so bad, doesn't it? Can you see that? And that one there is looking good as well. It's nice to have a bit of green to a field. Another load of merch arrived, ready for Ian to pack. Fresh batch of seed socks just been delivered, ready for packaging, just to keep Ian busy in December. Shed update, we're going to pour this footing now along here. We're doing more block work. And while we're doing it, these steps that were too short form the bottom two steps out of concrete. So Rich is making a shutter now. So there's going to be, is it 3 we've got to do or 2? 3 steps or 2 steps? 3 steps. 2 that way and then 1 that way. Yeah, so we'll go right in a bit. Shutter 1, wait, shutter the next, and then go up it like you're building a wedding cake. in tears. That's another huge tree to stand up. Easy enough. Think it'll spring back into shape?
Yeah.
Has everyone got a spirit level? I think it's becoming a bit of a Christmas tradition now, going up there putting the tree up for them. The tree that they always get, it's like 30, 40 foot high, so there's no way that sort of 3 caretakers are going to be able to stand up on their own. So anyway, head back to the yard now, see what's going on there. I think they're putting a concrete mixer on for mixing some footings. Come back now, filled the mill up with diesel, got on it and it was low on diesel, typical. The pipe on the floor here, more. What's plugging into the blank? Mixing some concrete now. These have arrived. Ian is going to put them on the website now. So they're similar to the combine polos, but obviously we'll be doing other challenges. So these are here to stay. So these are answer as a percent hoodies going on the website today. This is all shuttered off. Plastic is in. G-clamps are down at that end, holding the... You can't see it, they're covered in plastic, or can you? Yeah, you can. There you go. That's G-clamped on, so they're going to fill that with concrete now. Ready for starting doing the block work here. And obviously, when we've got all the block work done, then we'll start insulating it with the straw. But that'll probably be a job in the spring. But the main thing now is get it watertight so that we can work in here in the winter, which is now here because it was frosty this morning. So they've made this shutter, fill that and make a smaller one and a smaller one until the steps all match. So there we go, taking shape. Quick change and shoot to Ormskirk to register the birth of Clara, because apparently you're supposed to do it in 6 weeks. It's been 4 now and we haven't yet because obviously she's been in hospital and everyone's been busy. So I'm going to quickly go and do that. It's quite good that, isn't it? You're proud of that?
Well, you know, when we've got all the 2 on top and we've climbed up steps and...
It's alright, isn't it?
Progress. What about footing? We've got footing as well.
I know, yeah, I've seen the footing. It's just it's dark, I can't see it properly. There you go. I've got the torch on now, but you can't really see it that well. I'm going to back the Merlot onto the front of the drying floors. Sorry, I'm in the basement. I forgot last night and it was frosty. Don't want any of the pipes freezing up. I think it was -3 last night. So, stick it around. You can tell it's cold. The steering feels stiff because it's all the oil will be cold. Dave chipped the pile before I went to the registry office and already there's quite a bit come in, which is quite unusual for this time of year. Rob's just on the second side now. It's not, and the cat, yeah, no, I'm going around there. It's not quite as densely lit because when we've come out of the cab, we've done the cab frame, which makes it look pretty cool, I think. So there's just the header now and the tracks to do. The header should be pretty easy because that'll just be cable ties. Whereas where he's been doing today with the sticky bobbles, these sticky things, he's had to use the heat gun
on every single one.
On every one, because it's so damp an atmosphere. He's got to like warm the paint up and get rid of the condensation. I mean, you can see our breath. Don't melt the paint. Sandy, that cordless heat gun. I'll show you this side, but we've not got the lights turned on the auger at the moment. But yeah, so that's a bit more densely lit. That's twinkling. What looks best, twinkling or static? That's good. It's like alive, that one. What was that one now? You know. the strobe. I don't know which looks best. It's hard to tell, isn't it, really? That's too much, isn't it, when it's like a strobe?
Is that how you want it?
Don't know, if you went to take a picture, you wouldn't get a good one, would you?
Let's get a video of your strobe there. That's good warning in your video for epileptics.
Rob's been economical with the sticky pads, but it's dipping in the middle, and one's just fell off and it dropped down, but they've got on another wheel. So we're gonna have to put more sort of every metre. So tomorrow we'll heat up in between the rows. Oh yeah. Ian's car's got a flat battery because he left the lights on, but we used the new jump pack. The battery off crampers of jump leads. This is today's quiz question. What's that? It's come out of the boiler. If you think you know, leave a comment below. We've tried to get Andrew to do the birthdays, but he won't do it while he's a guest. He's just come to eat the biscuits that we've not got. Anyway, quickly, Scarlett Graveson. Also, someone's put congratulations to Tom and Joanne Pemberton on the birth of Harvey. That was Michael that did that. Steve B is on there. Harry Bullock's on there, he's 2. John Bell is 48. And Selby Shape, I think, or Shap, I might have spelled that wrong, is 30. Happy birthday, everyone on there. £52,828. And we've got a few spaces left on the tractor run. Are we still here, yeah?
Yes.
So be quick.
And follow the rules.
Yeah, because what normally happens is when we get a few days left, we suddenly get an influx of people wanting a space, and it just becomes bedlam because there's 10 people fighting over like 2 spaces. So just be early, just be organised for once. Don't do what you do every year, where you get the organised people at the beginning, then you get the gap in the middle, and then the last 2 days, everyone suddenly wants a space. So you just get on it now anyway. Give us an email to festivefarmers@agricontract.com. Name, reg, what you're bringing, and what you're pledging. Anyway, that's it for today. We're going. Thanks for watching. Bye. The BBC News thing that we filmed last week has just been on. So if you want to see it, there's some really good drone pictures. I'm going to put it at the end of this video. So thanks again for today. I'll see you tomorrow.
With Ollie, who says that the weather has made 2023 his toughest ever year.
Salvaging what they can. This field of maize has been ruined by the wet weather. Normally, the whole plant can be used for animal feed, but this is past its best. Ollie Harrison is harvesting the field for a friend.
Because it's got so late now, it's so mature, it's got really brittle, and it doesn't really store very well. So what we're doing now is we're salvaging it with a combine, which is something you don't normally do, especially in the UK, and we're literally going to take the kernels off it, so it's what you make popcorn out of. So the combine will thrash the seeds out, and that'll then is a high protein animal feed.
Across the country, crop after crop has been devastated by weeks of rain. Ollie Harrison's field of wheat should be green.
So this has been underwater probably for about 2 weeks on and off, and there's a few plants survived, but you know, in reality there's not enough there to be a viable crop. What a year, 2023. We had the driest February ever, I think. Then we had a really wet April. Then May and June it didn't rain at all, which affected the crops massively because they didn't yield. Then it started raining in July and we struggled to get them off. We started sowing the next crop, which is like what we're in now. It poured it down for 2 or 3 days, flooded everything. It's been the worst year I've ever known, but it's actually been the worst year my dad and the neighbours have ever known. The barley's less hardy than wheat. That's most of that, I don't know, 80% of that we will have to write off.
Financially, what does that mean?
Well, I've probably got a couple of £100 an acre invested in this field already in seed and time, and it's wasted.
And there's more bad news because a poor harvest will affect next year's crops too.
We're going to have to go around and patch up bare patches which have been flooded. We're going to struggle for seed because harvest was so poor throughout the country. There's a shortage of what we'd call spring seeds, which is varieties of wheat and barley that would grow in the spring. The mood in UK agriculture at the moment is the lowest I've known. You know, the weather's obviously moody at the moment, but no, everyone's just fed up. We can't wait for the year to be over, if I'm honest. There is going to be a point where we just say enough's enough. We have a diversified business along with the farm, and it just seems daft sort of throwing good money after bad. You know, you can make money in other areas and then spending it to carry on farming. There's a point where you think this is insanity.
But like Ollie Harrison, most farmers are resilient and will find a way to get through this turbulent time. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Tonight, Tarbert Green.